All right, hello and welcome back to another 5K tennis discussion. Today is Sunday, February the 9th, 2020. Hope you all have had a nice weekend, but let's jump right into today's show. Sorry for my voice a little bit. I have a little bit of a kind of a sore throat, kind of like one thing after the other. The
hand, leg,
Yeah.
eye, throat.
Ruptured the patellar tendon,
Go figure.
broke the wrist, the eye, and now a sore throat. Go figure, you know. Anyway, it's all good. I'm ready to go. Let's get down. Let's go. All right, so excited about this one. Actually, if you watch Carla and I's kind of show, I guess you could say. I kind of like that word. I just kind of like feel like this is where we come to like talk trash at the end of a long day after every day. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
It's like where we come to just let it out. You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
She reminds me of Rice Krispies because I just want to snap, crackle, and pop her in the eye. Let's go. Let's get down. Did really good on the court today, by the way. Coach Carla rocked the house today. Let's go. Love that. Pumped me up watching her coach. Love that. All right. I really love, by the way, sports betting, and I won't get into my stories with it. I don't do it anymore, but I keep up with it. And I came across an article today that the 2020 Roland Garros, i.e. the French Open, Las Vegas betting odds have come out. And maybe you don't care about this, but I like to get risky sometimes. So I wanted to spend a quick minute, and tell you what the betting odds are right now for the French Open 2020, and see if you agree or disagree.
Okay.
You got them?
Yes, I do.
All right, so how the betting odds work in tennis. If you have, say, $100, and the odds are, say, plus 300. So if I bet 100 and that wins, I get $300 back. But if the odds were, say, minus 200, I would have to bet $200 to win $100, if that makes any sense. But anyway, so the odds came out today, and Rafael Nadal obviously is a favorite to win at minus 110. So not an overwhelming favorite, but he is in the negative. So meaning if I wanted to win $100 on Rafael Nadal winning the French Open right now, I'd have to bet $110 to get my $100 back, right? Next, Novak Djokovic at plus 300. I'll go ahead and tell you right now, I would take that action right now. Right now, I would take that action. Right now. There's no reason why Novak Djokovic cannot, and really, I can go ahead and proclaim that he probably will win the French Open.
I say he won't, but go ahead. I wouldn't bet.
Anyway.
Not on play.
If I was a wise person in the grand scheme of these odds, I would definitely put my dough on that dude.
If it was the Australian Open, sure.
Watch and see.
Not the French, though.
Dominic Thiem comes in next at plus 400. I'm out. Stefanos Tsitsipas at plus 1,400. In other words, I can bet $100 and I can win 1,400. I'm out. I don't want to lose my $100.
It is way too early, by the way, to do a bet right now.
But Vegas, the lights are still on. It is still lights and no windows in Vegas right now. People are taking bets. That's a fact. Alexander Zverev, the Linguini man himself, is at plus 2,000. Are you taking?
That's funny.
Daniil Medvedev is at plus 2,500.
He should have been ahead of Federer.
I was just thinking that.
Wow, that's crazy.
You took like the thoughts out of my mind. That was pretty cool. There was a glitch in the matrix on that one for a minute. Like the cat. Okay, interesting. That was a brain fart. Roger Federer is at plus 2,500. I'm out.
He should be ahead of Zverev as well.
Now check out this silky, smooth, sneaky little slide line right here. Andy Murray at plus 3,300.
That's crazy.
I'm out. Now
They're better off putting Monfils. Felix has
they will be in there. This is just a spectrum. This isn't like the top odds. This is like this is a scattering thereof.
Yeah, but Andy Murray.
Okay, now check this one out. This one was even more kind of comical to me. Matteo Berrettini, the Jack Sock spitting image of how it occurred for him for the ATP Cup at the end of the past couple of years. Berrettini used to sock as Berrettini is plus 3,300 with the likes of Andy Murray and Stanislav Wawrinka as well at plus 3,300.
That's crazy. Wawrinka should be ahead of them.
I agree.
Fognini should be in there, like ahead of them.
I'm just saying, if you're a good bettor, you're gonna go ahead and drop the dollar, the $100.
I would bet on Wawrinka.
I'm going Djokovic.
No, I'm talking about as far as the 3,300 to get most of my money back. I would, if I lost $100, I wouldn't be pissed. But if I won, I'd make a lot.
Okay, so let's say you had $100 and you had to bet on one of these things.
I would bet it on Wawrinka.
I'm going Djokovic plus
No, I
the
mean
3.
just to throw money. Like I'm not saying that I think he's going to win it. I'm just saying, just a risky pick. That would be my risky pick.
All right, so to the women's side. All right, to the women's side. So there is no clear.
Let's just blindfold ourselves for this one.
Yeah. Okay, so Simona Halep comes in with the best odds at plus 500.
Yeah. Okay.
Plus 500. Okay, I'm about $100.
Yeah. Okay. Well. Yeah.
Serena Williams at plus 800. I'm out there. I'm out.
Yeah, I wouldn't pick Serena.
I'm out.
French.
Ashley Barty at plus 900. Now there's a safe bet there. There's a good bet. I would say safe.
She won't repeat the French Open.
Bianca Andreescu is at plus 9, but is she even going to play this tournament?
That's stupid.
I don't think she's going to play.
She's not. No.
Garbine Muguruza at plus 9.
She should be ahead of Serena, I think.
That's good money though.
Yeah.
So right now, so far I'm in on Barty at plus 9 and Muguruza at plus 9. Now Kiki Bertens rolls in at a plus 1,000. I'm out.
No way.
Naomi Osaka comes in at a plus 1,200. She hates Clay.
She hates Clay. Don't even
Negative.
bet on her. Yeah.
Sloane Steven comes in at a plus 1,400. Now,
you're giving away $100.
Be careful there, Carla.
You're giving away $100.
Be careful there.
Nah.
My girl Sloane will come out and try to play.
How much you want to bet she loses the first game?
I bet you 3 gallons of chocolate milk.
I'm not drinking. I don't.
That's her sponsor.
But I don't want chocolate milk.
Okay, what you want then? How far does she have to go?
She will lose the first week.
Okay, so I'm taking Sloane Stephens into the 4th round of this year's Roland Garros, and you're saying she will not make the
She'll
4th
lose
round.
before the 4th round.
So she will lose in the first of 3 rounds at this year's French Open.
Yes.
Okay, here's what we're going to do. If I win this bet, okay, I will come up with something that you will do, and everyone out there will vote upon what you do.
Okay.
Okay? If I lose, I will do something, and they will vote upon
So you should have just said the same thing. They'll vote upon what we do, depending who loses.
All right, well, dang.
That would have been easier, right, guys?
Jeez, all right, well, appreciate that, Arlac, Carla spelled backwards, Arlac, because she's alien. It's just a fact. You're not even from this planet. You're from elsewhere. And we already know this. Now, where did I leave off? Sloane Stephens making the 4th round. Count on it.
Tell you something. Sabalenka will have a better French Open than Sloane Stephens.
You'll see. Oddly enough, I don't see Sabalenka in these odds, but she's somewhere in the mix. But Angelique Kerber at plus 1,600.
She's a better pick than Stephens.
I disagree here, Carla. Arlac, Amazon, I get it.
Did she not ever win a French Open?
Who?
Kerber?
No, Kerber won Australian. An Australian?
And?
Did she win another one? She won 3?
Yeah.
Did she win a U.S.?
I don't know.
Here, will you look that up? I think that was the last of my odds anyway. So, Djokovic, in my opinion, is the best bet on the men's side to win the French Open in 2020. Why? Because he's the fittest. As long as Djokovic stays perfect.
It's Clay. He could lose to any. It's Clay. It's Clay.
As long as I was going to say.
She won the U.S. Open.
There you go. So as long as Djokovic can stay healthy, I kid you not, that he may not be beatable if he stays healthy. And manage his schedule. If he manages his schedule right, I don't care.
Dominic Thiem has a good chance against him on clay.
You're missing the point again, Carla.
If anybody stays healthy, anybody can win.
Thank you.
So there is no point. That's common sense.
Everyone on the planet is going to assume Rafael Nadal is going to win the French Open.
Last year, no one assumed he was going to win, and he won. I'm not assuming that he's going to win. I just don't pick Djokovic on clay.
We saw a picture of Rafael Nadal the other day, Carla. Actually, it was you that showed it to me.
Federer
and he looked rough. He looked rough. He looked rough.
He looked like he was in his late 30s.
He looked like he's been getting pounded. And I still cannot assure you that he's even going to make the semifinals of the French Open.
Did you think he was going to win a US Open?
Who?
Rafa?
Probably not.
Okay, then shut up.
All right, I just disagree.
Just saying.
I don't think Rafael Nadal will make it to the French Open final. I don't think he will.
I'm not saying he's going to win, but this is the best chance. Those people that are not in the top 3 to win a slam right here.
Djokovic is going to beat that dude this year.
That's funny.
He's going to beat him.
That's funny. Margarita, send him a message via text.
Whatever. I'm just telling you, right now, Rafael Nadal is a step behind, fitness-wise.
Fitness-wise, it's not fitness-wise.
Okay, you just admitted it.
I'm talking about I said he looks old in the face from the sun.
But if he's that much more fit than everyone else,
that guy is always
doesn't
fit.
that level the playing field?
That guy is always fit. It has nothing to do with fitness. It has to do with Nadal's shots on hard court are different than on clay. That spin on clay helps him. Everybody says this.
Are you
next subject.
No. Are you going to tell me that a 75% fit Rafael Nadal can...
Where did you get he was 75% fit?
I don't see Rafael Nadal in 100% shape right now. I just don't. I don't.
Anyways.
The last time
we saw him on hard court, where we know he's won what? One Australian Open?
Look.
Two, maybe? I don't know.
I think Rafael Nadal right now, the last time I saw him play, is at about 75%. Okay, let's give him 78. He's about.
Did you ask him?
My eyes speak for themselves.
Right.
Homeboy, I'm telling you, he looks about maybe a B average.
You said this about Thiem, and Thiem made it to the finals of the Australian Open.
Man, Thiem looked like an idiot.
Anyways.
Master Splinter with his silky smooth gold tips of his hair.
He made it to the finals and you didn't pick him.
Man, Djokovic should have hammered him in 3 sets.
Anyways, next topic.
Look, Rafael Nadal, I do not think will win the French Open this year.
I'm not saying
that he will.
I'm just saying that you can't say the guy's not fit. He is fit.
You can't tell me that Djokovic has a better chance statistic
not on clay. Grass, okay. U.S. Open, maybe.
Next topic.
Yes.
Serena Williams loses her first ever Fed Cup match, which is synonymous with the men's side Davis Cup, to Anastasia Sevitsova.
That's tough for her. She's won 14 straight times at the Fed Cup since 1999. She beat Sevastova 6-3, 6-0 in the 2008 U.S. Open. And she got to a 3-setter with her loss in the third set. That's a tough loss for her. I read an article where her coach says, we know that this is not working. Something has to change. Well, duh. I think all of us know that. We don't have to be like high-profile coaches to tell you that. I mean, I think most fans, most viewers that look at Serena, they say she doesn't look the same. I think the doctor that we saw, he said, well, she doesn't look quite the same. And he doesn't really know about tennis. So
he would the physician's office he's a sports orthopedic. Anyway,
not that guy.
The other one.
Yes.
Okay, well, same whatever, a physician, and he politely said, yeah, she doesn't look the same. Meaning she doesn't look as fit.
She's not fit. She needs to lose about 20, 30 pounds, and that's reality. She needs to slim down, get a good fitness trainer that gets her back in shape. Her shots are not as effective. They're too loopy. Maybe get rid of that coach. I would get rid of that coach. Go find somebody that's hardcore, is not too worried about his looks or what he says or what he demonstrates on TV. I don't know. It's definitely time for a change. The change is the coach. The 2 is the fitness. The 3 is the attitude, thinking that you're still the queen.
Yeah. The last handful of times or more that I've seen Serena Williams play, it just seems like the overall hunger.
And she's 38, so let's not forget that.
I don't want to, sometimes we say things and people interpret them wrong, but you see a wild an animal at the zoo, and it's like you look in their eyes and it's like in their eyes you see that they've lost maybe the predatory or the visceral sense, you can look into their eye and you can just see, kind of a someone on their set, like alpha male or alpha dog sitting on their set, they're there because you can feel their presence. They're on set, human being, whatever. You feel me?
It's like anything. It's like the mafia, the head boss. You think that if he gives someone a little pass or one of those drug lords like we see in the movies, you think that they're done. They do.
Well, what I'm getting at is when I see Serena play, and I can say the same honestly for Roger Federer. And don't hate me for that. I disagree. Can I finish my thought?
I disagree.
Can I finish my thought?
Are you asking or are you telling me?
No, let me finish the thought. So, I get hated on, you say you're a Roger Federer fan. I got his freaking initials tattooed on my back, big.
You might as well remove it. I agree with that.
Look, anyway, all I'm saying is I'm just a realist. I'm a realist in a sense of, okay, I see the lack of wild attack, predatorial, visceral, I'm going to tear your face off type intensity in the eyes and like the pupils of the eyes.
It's called...
In Federer and in Serena.
I don't see as much in Federer. It's called that Serena has tons of money. She has 23 slam. She's been number one for a long time. She's got a lot of sponsors. She's married. She's a mom with a child. Life is a little bit more chill. And not to get hungry is tough.
So in other words, the visceral eyes have been removed. You just elaborated a whole bunch of adjectives to say the same damn thing that I just freaking said. Okay, you made it pretty and silky smooth, but the fact of the matter is, okay, her hunger's gone. Moral of the story, right?
It is.
Right
it's
or
tough
wrong?
to get that hunger
Okay,
back.
I'm glad you gave it the female touch, and I love you for that.
Well, it's like
it was so cute.
Well,
but nonetheless, a spade is a spade. A dollar is a dollar. A duck is a duck. If it's walking like a duck, it's a duck.
She doesn't have the same fire as someone that's Kenin, or Andreescu, that's just starting their career and they're trying to prove to the world that their name should be there for a long time. It's tough to get that back.
Is this a reality check now for not just we've discussed this for so long now. We're talking 2 years going on plus post baby. We've talked about this. You're 5 kids deep. You know, she's rolling 5 kids deep. Like, boom, she popped out 5 kids.
Yeah, but I'm not hungry to even play tennis, and I'll tell you that much.
But, I mean, I wouldn't say that if you played Serena right now, it wouldn't be 4-4 her way.
I can't even run.
I don't care.
Now, do I think she'll win?
I don't see anything special.
Do I think she'll win another one? No. No, not if those things change. She needs to get rid of that coach.
How important was the match that Serena lost to Sevastova moving forward? I think it was hugely
very
important.
huge. Not only that, it put him at 2-2 where Bethany Maddox-Sands, and originally it was wrist, but they put Kenin in to ensure the win. They had to win, otherwise they would be eliminated, which they did. They won 6-4, 6-0 against Sevastova and Ostapenko.
Maddox-Sands, you got to give her a standing O. Got to.
She's a warrior.
Warrior. So Bethany Maddox-Sands.
And she's still hungry on the doubles court, which is why she rarely plays singles.
Bethany Maddox-Sands ruptured her patellar tendon at Wimbledon. The same injury I went through. It took her 2 years to recover. And it's one of the injuries that sidelines people for careers. Mm-hmm. And she is a doubles maestro, by the way. She is to mixed doubles as Federer is to fluidity on the court. She exemplifies a doubles player, a mixed doubles player, the doubles player, and even is a really good singles player.
And a great commentator.
But for Maddox-Sands to be on the U.S. team is always like a thorn in all the other teams' side. Because again, in Fed Cup, it's a team. Mm-hmm. So the depth of your team matters. You know, Belarus, I think, you got a pretty solid team, you know, and there's a couple other countries that got, 1 and 2 that are good. But when it comes to a doubles kind of teamed up specialist and kind of a captain within the rest of the group, and then still have Serena and Kenin to just bam, bam, bam with reserves like Madison Keys and some others.
Madison Keys, you mean Coco Gauff?
Coco Gauff, yeah. Sorry. And so the list goes on. Again, we talked about the other day in just a couple days ago show. 17 American women are in the top 100, and 30 American women are in the top 200, and all of them are feisty players.
Yeah.
So I wish we could say the same for the men's side. But is this a reality check?
It is a big reality check. It's for something, if I were her, I wouldn't waste too much time on the clay. Get fit. Get ready for Wimbledon.
Yeah.
That's your best chance.
24 majors is becoming more bleak and bleak. Again, I'll end this segment with Serena on this. It's a sham. It's a sham that she has to pass 24 for Margaret Court.
She should have.
No offense to her and her beliefs and all that other stupid spun off media stuff. It is a fact that a ton of her Australian Open wins were a small draw, only by people, and of a draw of like 32, and they were all from Australia in the first place.
It wasn't just 32.
It's a sham. Serena is by far the way better player, and unfortunately, history books have been written, but I think those books should be unwritten.
They should burn them. Burn them. All right. Next, other teams that qualified for the final is Belarus defeating Netherlands. Germany defeats Brazil 4-0. Russia defeats Romania 3-2. Spain defeats Japan. Switzerland defeats Canada. Too bad Andreescu couldn't play. She would have made a difference. Belgium defeats Kazakhstan. And Slovakia defeats Great Britain.
I think in there somewhere was Osaka. Like,
Well, I mean, what? They had no chance against Spain. Let's be real.
Well, yeah. I mean, we already talked about that.
Yeah.
Anyway, hopefully Osaka. Again, you can't be a Hall of Fame. Okay, here's a good question. I'll ask every one of you objectively, and this can be related to Eli Manning at your New York Giants. I'm a football guy. Okay, just because you won one or two Super Bowls or majors, does that automatically mean you're a Hall of Fame player?
Yes.
Okay, now this is I agree.
Yes.
I agree and disagree.
Yes.
I think if you have a superior team offensively and defensively, and you're just a quarterback that is along for the ride and you just follow the process, I don't think that necessarily means you're a Hall of Famer.
He beat two tough teams to win those.
Well, I get that. I'm not knocking on Eli Manning here.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Well, what I'm saying, I think to be a Hall of Fame player or to be a Hall of Fame quarterback or any position player in any sport, I think you yourself should have been the main reason why we won or we won championships. I don't think Eli Manning was the only reason why the Giants won the Super Bowl.
You're talking about a team sport, anyways.
But anyway, just because Osaka comes out and wins two majors, she's still very young. Outside of those two, has she done much else on really? Has she done anything on clay whatsoever? Anything
on clay?
On clay.
Well, Speed Sampras didn't do much on clay, and?
So you're telling me now these days, the undecided women's game where you can flip a coin and pick a major winner,
she has
that
to
you can come out and win two of them, and all of a sudden you're a Hall of Famer? So
if you win one of them, you're a Hall of Famer.
I disagree with that. So you're telling me
wait, Goran Ivanisevic won one, and he's a Hall of Famer. What's your point, Justin?
I guess there's a good point there.
Yeah,
but men's tennis is a little bit more.
Not only that, she beat Serena at the US Open, and then she beat Kvitova at the Australian Open. So come on.
I don't know.
And she has some titles. No, not a good.
I mean, maybe I'm wrong.
Not a good argument.
Maybe I'm wrong. I just, in the grand scheme of things, when I'm thinking Hall of Fame,
she won two. One is hard enough. Sabatini, that won the U.S. Open 1990, can be in the Hall of Fame.
Definitely. But she played for like 15 years.
She got her ass beat by Graf, Monica Seles, and other players.
That's what I'm saying.
Osaka has a much tougher field.
But what I'm getting at is, so you can already consider yourself a Hall of Famer at 22?
I'm not saying that, but she will be in the future.
I'm talking about right now.
She can retire now and be a Hall of Famer.
Hey, man, I'm going to roll out of college, spend 2 years in the pros in the NFL, and I'm going to be in Hall of Fame. I'm done. I'm quitting. And if you don't give me my gold jacket, I'm out. Sound like Antonio Brown.
She's not saying that.
But I get that. But this is the moral of the argument.
There is no argument.
Right now, if Osaka stopped her career, is she a Hall of Fame tennis player? If her career stopped right now.
Yes.
Because she won two majors.
Absolutely.
Okay.
And she was number one.
So, this is what I'm getting at. With women's tennis, if you can be a Hall of Famer at 22 and still being so young.
Well, she won young. What about Andreescu?
Does she deserve to be a Hall of Famer right now? Bianchi Andreescu, I'd have hit you with this notebook. Hell no. And that's what I'm telling you. That's my whole point here.
Osaka won two. That speaks for a lot. And she could win more.
To be a Hall of Famer, and let's say I'm going NFL because I'm a big fan.
Man, we asked about this about David. We asked about David
10 years.
We said, should David Ferrer,
and everyone said no.
Because he never won a slam.
But he's like 40 years old. Okay, here's a question for everyone. If both their careers stopped right now, and yes, David Ferrer's is over, okay, as we know. Right now, if Osaka's career stopped right now, Osaka's career done, over, acabado, finito, done, now. And you put David Ferrer right here, and you had one vote to vote one of those two in a broad spectrum tennis Hall of Fame. Not man or woman. This isn't about man or woman. This is about two players. Right now, you got one vote, Carla Mora, Pocahontas. You love David Ferrer. Right now, if Osaka's career stopped and you had David Ferrer here looking at you with his little eyes and his bandana.
I would have to put Osaka. It's like me saying, who's the GOAT? Well, it's whoever has the most slams, and that's what you got to go by.
That makes no sense.
Anyways, I love David Ferrer, but Osaka has done more.
I disagree totally.
Okay, whatever.
Totally out.
All right, on other news, Pekovic, I had to mention this because I thought it was a cute Instagram thing. He doesn't have Instagram, but I was searching up some news, and I saw she had another left knee surgery. Same knee again. It's about 6 to 8 weeks recovery time. She did a funny post. She said, I was asking them to fix my chin, my cheek, maybe give me a boob job, but they refused. They just did the knee. I thought she was pretty funny.
Yeah, and Petkovic, Andrea Petkovic.
She's at the end of her career as well.
She has been a very fun tour player for a long time. I used to get under Carla's skin because every time she would come out, Petkovic would do a little dance. You remember the Petkovic dance, And then she would win a match. And
Sharapova would find it very annoying.
Yeah, and there was some cat fighting behind the scenes in the locker room with this, and I really enjoyed it, and she hated it. But nonetheless, her knee, I feel you. I feel you. Knee surgery sucks, and for a patient like her to be in kind of the operating room and still have kind of fun with that, to fix my chin. I think that shows you the spirited person that she is. Mm-hmm. And she always has been. And that's why I've always wanted Petkovic to do really, really well. She's had some glimpses. I think her trajectory coming back from this is tough.
Oh, yeah. She's at the end of her career. Absolutely.
Another interesting thing that I saw, and I showed Carla this not long ago, but Vasek Pospisil, the Canadian player, we have seen him in the news recently. I think he's always kind of battled for spreading the wealth around and tournaments, prize money, etc., outside the biggest names, so the rest of the players can survive. They can pay to travel and sleep and eat and actually get to the airport on time. Mm-hmm. Those type of things. Mm-hmm. So I noticed during his match with Monfils, which he lost at the Open Sud de France, and I think that's in Montpellier, that he was chugging maple syrup in between sets. So look, in my years of sports, I have seen so many things.
Maybe he had a sore throat.
So have you heard of this?
I do honey, chug down honey.
Yeah, I have seen people drink honey. And when I mean drinking, I mean you're changing sides. You're playing a match, you're hot and sweaty. You sit down, and instead of picking up a sports drink or water or banana, you reach down for some maple syrup. Like, let's go! I can't wait, man. I'm so hot. Long point, 37
indoors, right?
I think it is indoors.
Yeah, so they got the AC.
Okay, but follow me on this one. Now I'm going to shoot out some advertising on this deal. Obviously, you know me. I'm going to shoot out some string theory or some parallel universe stuff because it's probably true. Jeez. Now, so here's Pospisil, hot, sweaty. Oh. It's kind of like Sloane Stephens under chocolate milk. How you going to be in the heat of battle and all hot and sweaty? Like, if you guys have ever been in a competitive sport or ran 20 miles or something, when you get down, the sun's baking, you're like, yeah, dog, give me some freaking, I'm parched. I got to have something to drink. Yo, give me that maple syrup. Yo, pass me that chocolate milk. I'll chase it with that. Give me some of that chocolate milk. Now tell me how you're going to do that. Does it make any logical sense?
No.
But it helps my sodium and potassium. Okay, well, so does the same sports drink. Do you think there is any chance whatsoever, any freaking chance, that homeboys from Canada, and maple syrup is big because I used to live in Vermont, which is like right on the border of Canada, and they were pumping mad maple trees in Vermont. I can tell you they're way more mad in Canada. So you're going to tell me homeboy sitting there representing Canada, boom, finals Open Sud de France, and he's slurping back some Canadian shake maple syrup bottle. You tell me there's no chance, zero, of an advertising pitching deal on that. And then when he's questioned about it, quote unquote, it helps my sodium and potassium levels and it keeps me from cramping. Man, I heard this in 78 when people were chugging dill pickle juice on the sidelines. Come on, man. Are you serious? Next time he's going to run out with a racket bag with a maple syrup only made in my tennis academy. The best maple syrup comes out of my racket handle. Soak on this. I can serve. Oh, wait a minute. Freeze that. Hold on. Toss real high. Dump some maple syrup in my mouth. Toss coming down. Slap the cap on and go, wow, wow. It was because of the syrup.
Well, he lost, so it didn't help him.
Yeah, because he was slugging on that maple syrup. Jeez. Real smart move there, guy. Yeah. Moving forward. Just don't pass me the maple.
Before you get to that news, you were talking about Nadal, Federer, the charity stuff, blah, blah, blah. They look older. They raised $3 million and they did pass the record for the most
attendance.
We knew that would happen with them too.
Well, here's the logical
It's
thing.
Federer and Nadal.
Well, here's the logical thing. If Roger Federer and Sasha Zverev did it in Mexico City, and then you add Nadal to it, and you do it in a stadium even bigger, I mean, let's just, 1 + 1 = 2. Okay.
Sure.
Okay. It was to be expected.
Definitely. And you can tell those guys are best friends.
And great job raising the money. I'm just saying, it's not a shocker. If Zverev did it with him, then Nadal is going to better that.
And then another news, thanks to Wayne Chia, he did finally reply, guys. He's okay. He says stuff is bad out over there in Singapore, China. Li Nan donates 3 million yen to fight the coronavirus, which is about 430,000.
Well, yeah, and that's why we were so freaked out about we hadn't heard from Wayne Chia. Wayne Chia's out there. He's like talking to you all hours of the night, like every night about tennis. And for 5 days, he just goes quiet. And he's in Singapore.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was but thank you for reaching out for sure. Nick Kyrgios, by the way, pulls out of the New York Tennis Open. It's actually a relatively new tournament that has been taking place in New York for the past couple of years. I think it's an inaugural year. Kevin Anderson beat Sam Querrey, I think it was in his first year. And then last year, I think it was Riley Opelka that beat Schnur, I think the Canadian kid. That tournament for me, the first 2 years of it were interesting for me because it seemed like it was a serving fest on everyone that played. Mm-hmm. And then the court was black, like the tennis court was black. I think tennis should be a little bit more.
Yeah, they're like grayish, a dark. Yeah, it's dark. Yeah,
it's kind of a weird vibe at that tournament. So what I'm getting at here is tournament directors and tournament orchestrators and people that put tournaments together and the balls people and the referees, lovely people. Sometimes the tournament as a whole can kind of miss the whole bus on what tennis is about. There's a brightness to tennis. There's an outgoing energy to tennis. There is we smack talk and we get into all this stuff, but I think at the end of the day, we all shake hands at the net and there's a bright energy about it. But the first time I saw this tournament, no offense, but I have a hard time following a tennis match with a bunch of really super tall, like 6'11" dudes pounding serves into the court, not really doing much else. I think every match in this tournament's history has been 7-6, 6-7, 7-6, 6-7, 6-7.
It's they have this,
and it's a black court.
They have this tournament. I'm from New York. Okay, it's in Unionsdale. It's in Long Island, basically. That's a tough location to get to. You have to take a lot of trains to get there. It's not like it's in one of the 5 boroughs. First of all, no wonder they're not filling their seats. Nobody wants to travel to Long Island. That's a long trip. Very long trip. I can tell you, I barely went to Long Island from the time being born till I left 15. No way. On top of that, Nick Kyrgios, you mentioned Nick Kyrgios will not play. If he would have played, they would have filled in those seats, They definitely would have filled out the seats.
And I get this. Okay, so here's how this rolls, and this is why this is...
But they do have a few good players in this tournament.
There's a lot of good players.
Also, all big servers. You got Isner, Johnson, Opelka, Anderson,
Raonic,
Kecmanovic, Sock, Humbert, and Mon, and Tennis Angren.
And you got Raonic in there.
Yeah, Raonic.
So what I guess what I'm getting here is why this is even a big deal at all. Kyrgios isn't there. Who cares? You just said it. When you're a professional athlete, you have kind of a responsibility to show up to where you agree to because of why. Because people buy tickets.
Did he say why he didn't?
But no. Look, this is an objective thing. I'm not pro or I'm giving.
No, I know, but did he say why he's not going?
Yeah, a shoulder injury.
Okay, gotcha.
So I'm looking out for the player here and for the fan and for just follow me on this one. It's not if it's not a genuine injury, then Kyrgios is going to let down his fans. The fans are still going to come to the matches that they have tickets for, but they won't get as big of a package, right? Right. If it's Kyrgios not wanting to go, however, and it's not an injury, and we're using as the injury, however, he has to pick and choose. As we all know, Kyrgios isn't a spring chicken anymore either. I mean, he's 24, 25 now, something like that.
Something like that.
We know that Kyrgios doesn't stay in tip-top shape, right? He doesn't like to go to the gym. He's open about it. You see him on his social media platforms drinking and so forth. Whatever, that's his deal. But he's not the fittest athlete in the world. We know this, right?
Right.
So I think a lot of times what athletes will do is they will overpromise where they think they can do, and then they find themselves with a tournament like the New York Open, that's had a lot of negative feedback in its first 2 inaugural years from exactly what you said. We can't get there. We get in there and it looks like a dungeon. It's dark and it's drab, and we've heard this for a year and a half now about the same tournament. Google it up, look at it. But I think this is one of those things where Kyrgios probably is a lot more healthy than his injury, and the schedule is condensed.
I mean, you could sit up,
and I have a feeling he's just fine, and this is the one he needs to sit out. It's not worth it for him.
I can sit right by the court and pay $155 for the finals. For the finals, and then if I just a seat behind us, $90. But if you want daily tickets, like $17, and they still can't get it filled up.
Well, again, it's in Long Island, New York, in the middle of a bustling city, and you got to get there, and you got to take trains.
There's nothing there. There's nothing there. It's not like you can go to restaurants and all that. It's almost like being in Alabama where you need a lot of transportation. You need transportation to get to one place to another.
I think
they should have put this tournament in Madison Square Garden, and they would have filled it up.
Yeah. Something it's a logistical nightmare is what I'm getting at. So I think Kyrgios is okay.
Yeah,
is what I'm getting at. Real quickly, Kim Clijsters returns to action. We have had a hint at this, and she had to kind of step back from it. Pre-Australian. I think she had a little knee tweak or something. And she is going to be playing Dubai at the end of the month.
Cool.
In case you have forgotten, I wanted to reintroduce Kim Clijsters to everyone. 36 years old from Belgium. Let's go. Mm-hmm. Never forget about her Justine Henin, by the way.
36, tough age.
Won 6 majors, 4 in singles and 2 in doubles. She turned pro in 1997. Total prize money, just tennis alone, just winnings, $24,442,340, 12th all time. Career record, astonishing, 523 and 127 with a winning percentage of 80.5%. That is just a nudge higher than Serena was not terribly long ago. 41 WTA titles and 3 ITF. Number 1 in the world in 2003. Went to the finals of the French Open in 2001 and 2003. Won the Australian Open in 2011. Semifinals of Wimbledon in 03 and 06, and won the U.S. Open 3 times, 05, 09, and in 10, and against Serena Williams.
Yeah. There's a lot of... I was looking at the draw, not the draw, but the players that are playing Dubai. That's a premier tournament for sure for the women, and the men play too as well.
Does Kim Clijsters have a potential to win another major? Be real with yourself and the body and her age.
Let's see how she does in Dubai. I'll answer when I see her play.
Would I like to see it? Absolutely.
Yeah, I want to see how she plays first before I give that answer.
Love to see it.
Yeah, same here.
Do I think it will happen? Realistically, no. Just don't. 36, getting
Maybe
back.
she's bored. She just wants to play tennis.
Yeah, I don't think it will happen. Mm-hmm. Lastly, to close out this show.
Well, there's a few tournaments going on. St. Petersburg is a premier tournament for the women. Some good matches to watch. Sienakova against Rybakina. You got Kasatkina, Alexandrova. Vondrushova against Tomljanovic. Cornet against Ostapenko. Brady against Kuznetsova. Sevastova against Garcia. You also got Bencic, Bertens, Kvitova, Konta, Sakari, all playing in that tournament.
Bring your earplugs to that tournament. You will need them.
You got also the Thailand Open, which is a smaller tournament. The highest seeds there are Tsitlevina, Martic, Qiang Wang, and Susai Zhang. Rotterdam for the men. That's a
good
big
tournament.
one. I'm going to watch that one. Batista against my Ironman Fusovic. Shapovalov against Dimitrov. That's an interesting match.
Yeah, I mean, Dimitrov is becoming to me like Carlos Suarez Navarro. They're just always there. You never really they may make a quarterfinal on you.
Sure.
I think Suarez Navarro
could have, should have, would have. Yeah,
it's becoming a little late.
Evans against Kohlschreiber, Medvedev against Pospisil, Fedin against Paire, Sinner against the veteran Albat, Tsitsipas and Hurkacz are a good match.
That's a good match.
Bashvili against Rublev and Felix Auger-Aliassime against Struff. Oh, and also you got Fognini against Thor, which is
Fire, man.
Huh? No, Thor.
Okay.
against Hachinov.
She almost forgot her man's nickname. I was waiting for her to say that. She said Thor, and she was like, and like she looked at me because I knew in her eye because I know her looks. She forgot totally.
I forgot his real name.
She didn't even know his
Hachinov.
name. You didn't. You lost it. I looked at her. She was like,
I'm
space.
like, what's his name? What's his name? Oh, now we got a small one. Buenos Aires 250. Rude against Andujar, Cuevas against Sonego, Giri's playing this, Cecchinaro's playing this, and Garina's playing this. So there's a lot of tennis going on that we'll be watching. A lot.
Yeah, we're gonna have
especially
some.
Rotterdam.
We're gonna have some fun.
Yeah.
By the way, here's something you can pretty much take to the bank right now.
Yeah.
Take it to the bank. If Novak Djokovic stays healthy.
Oh my gosh! You just want to talk about Djokovic?
No, he will win the French Open.
Okay.
I just want everyone to ponder that.
Well, maybe you guys want to make bets out there. You know, there were some interesting bets last year, and they were fun. So if you guys want to go ahead and bet against each other, go for it.
Ponder that.
Yeah. Okay.
I think you can count on it as long as his ski trip goes well and he's on right now. All right, that's it, man. That's it. I think it went longer than expected, actually. Thank you for listening because I feel better as a person having sat here and talked tennis for a little while. So now we can get back on with our kids. Let's go. Let's get down. It's always a pleasure. Much love. Mwah. Vamos, subscribe, and we will see you like tomorrow, the next day, like probably maybe even tomorrow. Let's go.